what makes for an interesting film? What gets us engaged in a storyline as a filmmaker?
You know, I think that when it comes to either narrative or documentary, and I've done a little bit of work in narrative, which for narrative would be what people tend to think of when you go see a movie and there's a story. And I've done some short films and things like that, but I've done a lot of either documentary work or documentary style work. And interestingly, I think this is true in both cases. But we don't want the certain answer. I think if we did walk into the film of your life and we could call it within the first 5 minutes, we wouldn't stick around for the rest of it. But if we had a sense that there were going to be some plot twists along the way, I think we actually find those plot twists to be deeply satisfying. It's probably one of the... I love BBC mysteries, so I know that about every 5 minutes I'm going to have the rug pulled out from underneath me, and whatever I thought was going on is not what was going on. It's going to be something else. And maybe maybe it's sort of a deep level. You know, I studied film in school, and so we sat around and talked endlessly about this stuff, but maybe one of the reasons that we connect to that so much, I think, is that may be part of how we're wired as people to look for that kind of a plot twist, and to I don't know if we necessarily have a certain comfort level with it, but to at least know that it's coming, right?
Well, I wonder whether we're wired or not. It seems like that kind of those continual plot twists are truer to actually the way we live our lives.
Yeah, I think that's true. You know, any sort of film that you go watch in a theater is, unless it's actually a real-time film, which happens very seldom, is kind of a compression of time. So I hope they don't come quite as fast as they do in a Michael Bay movie, because I don't want everything blowing up around me every 3 or 4 minutes. But I do think that there is a sense of anxiety and uncertainty that filmmakers are really going for. And they know a lot of tricks to make you feel more anxious and more anxiety. But again, I think maybe sort of mirroring some of the experiences that we have in our lives and sort of digging kind of deep into that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, when colleges these days are preparing their students for careers that actually haven't even yet been envisioned.
Right.
Yeah, there's some anxiety there.
Yeah.
How do we even prepare people to prepare for something that we don't even know exists
Absolutely.
right now? Yeah, it's a lot. Right. A lot of plot twists in
yes.
between. Yeah.